So we have gotten a lot of questions lately about Disney in 2020. More specifically, is it even worth it to go to Disney this year when they reopen? And that's kind of a tricky question to answer, but it might not be worth it, and we're gonna tell you why in this video. So if you guys aren't already aware, Disney World will begin their phased reopening on July 11th. Now, on July 11th, some of the things that we've all come to know and love about Disney aren't gonna be taking place because of all the guidelines that are in place, like character meet and greets, parades, fireworks, character dining with the exception of Topolino's Terrace at the Riviera. There's a lot of things that aren't going to be available when Disney comes back. So we've been getting a lot of questions, more specifically you with your travel agency business. Is it even worth it to go to Disney World this year? So what have you been telling people?
So I think it honestly depends on the situation. If you're a first-time goer of Disney, I would say hold off, especially because, like Matt said, a lot of those magical experiences that you know and love of being at Disney isn't going to be happening. And I wouldn't want somebody to go for the first time experiencing none of that.
Right.
So if you're a first time goer, even if it's your second time going, it's the first time you're bringing your little kids there, or if it's a big family vacation where you want everybody to experience how amazing Disney is, I would honestly say hold off until next year. I know that might be upsetting to some people to have to push their vacations back, but I think it will be worth the wait.
Yeah.
Especially because once all of these guidelines are kind of gone,
which we don't know when that's going to be.
Right.
But we would imagine they'd loosen within the next year, hopefully.
Yeah. So once these guidelines are a little bit looser and the things that we know and love come back into play at Disney, I think it would be a better time for those people to go.
Yeah, I totally agree. If I was going to Disney for the first time, and some of you that are watching this video might fall in that boat, I would say without any shadow of a doubt, push it back to 2021.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Disney for the first time and not be able to take a picture with Mickey Mouse or give Goofy a hug or dine with some of your favorite characters or see the parades and the fireworks. Like, that is what makes Disney magical.
Yeah.
And of course the attractions are a lot of fun and going on the rides is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
But when you take everything else away and all that's really there is the rides and certain dining restaurants, to me, that's not worth it for your first Disney experience.
Right.
Or even your second experience, or maybe even your third experience if you haven't been for an extended period of time. So if you're in that boat, I would say your best bet is to push it to 2021, and you will have a much more enjoyable Disney experience and the Disney experience that we want you to have.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say if you're in that boat. Now, another boat is locals, Florida residents, annual pass holders, not even just locals, but at APs. If you have been to Disney many, many times and the idea of low crowds, walking on attractions, things like that excite you, this might be the time for you to go. Somebody who's been to Disney numerous times and doesn't exactly care if they miss a parade or anything like that. If you're in that boat, I would say maybe go. That's all dependent on how you feel about the safety and the health and everything going on in the world. We can't make that decision for you. We can't tell you that.
And Disney has put on some very good guidelines, and I feel like I would feel safe going. Now, that might not be everybody's case. I know there's people with, immune issues and things of that nature.
And those people shouldn't be going.
Right, and younger kids or older people, sometimes it's not safe for them to go. But I feel like I would still be safe going, but the experience isn't going to be the same.
Right,
So,
again, if you've maybe been to Disney a bunch of times and you love low crowds, because there really is no more low crowd season at Disney, this might be the time for you to go if it's easy for you to get to. Would I necessarily hop on a plane and go to Disney now? I don't know about that. But again, that's all different based on how you feel. Another thing that's kind of a bummer for 2020 is they have this whole park reservation system now. And if you have a ticket, you don't even know if you're going to get in. And if you're staying at a Disney resort, it's also not guaranteed that you're going to get in. So there's just a lot of question marks about going to Disney this year. And ultimately, I know this might sound crazy, I don't necessarily know if Disney wants everybody to come this year. That you might be saying it's a business, they're trying to recoup their losses, of course they want people to come. There's been people that we've spoken to that have vacations planned into the fall and have gotten notifications from Disney saying that you have until the end of June if you want to modify it, if you want to cancel it. And this is for months away. So it's interesting to see that this is the kind of language that Disney is putting out there for people with future reservations, kind of saying, hey, if you don't want to come, that's fine. We can make those changes for you this month. Seems a little interesting. And also, like, with the whole reservation system and no park hopping, all that, there's just a lot of things that put a damper on 2020. And the one thing that we do on this channel is we keep it real with you guys. We don't know if we're going to be going back this year. We might in the fall if things start to look a little bit better and it's just not as, I'll say, stressful to go with getting a reservation and not being sure of what we're really doing. No fast passes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So 2020 might not be the best year to go. Now, again, that's all up to you. We're just giving you our thoughts, especially if it's your first time going.
Yeah.
So we say wait till 2021. And 2021 also has a plus in its corner because there's some cool things coming next year.
Right. So if you hold off until 2021, I feel like there's going to be some awesome things coming next year. There's going to be some new attractions. There's going to be new dining experiences. And what I'm most excited for is the 50th anniversary.
Yes. I almost forgot about the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
We think it's going to be a little bit more scaled back than it initially was, but it's still going to be a really big celebration. So if you could push your trip off to next year and be there for the 50th, it's going to be a year-long thing. There's going to be some extra things you guys get to experience, and you get to be there for a very special year. So the fact that that's so close, it's only 6 months away from now, the beginning of all that, is another good reason to push it off into 2021.
And if you're the type of family that doesn't come to Disney all the time and saves up for a long period of time to experience Disney, I really wouldn't suggest coming right now because you're not going to get everything that you're expecting. If you push it to 2021, one, that gives you more time to save for your vacation, and two, it gives you more time to plan. 3, you're going to be there for a very exciting time, like Matt said, and you'll be able to experience some new things.
Yeah, and Alex made a really good point about saving some extra money too. So if you push that off to next year and you had most of that ready to go and ready to be paid off, and you put that money on the side and maybe save up a little bit more, you might be able to eat in a fine or signature dining restaurant one night if that's something that's interesting to you. You might be able to do one of the experiences like a tour or something like that. Something that you thought might have been out of your budget initially, but if you save up a little bit more, it might be something that you guys are able to do in the future. So there you have it. That is our opinion on the state of Disney this year. Again, this is just our personal opinion, but from two people who have been to Disney many times, one of which is a travel agent and books Disney vacations. We think it's best if you push it off to 2021, especially if it's your first experience or your first experience with your kids. We just want you guys to have the same fun Disney experience that we've had. And we know that you'll have a better shot of having that in 2021 than you would in 2020.
So if you guys found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you're new here, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any Disney videos in the future. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.